I'm here with head coach John Redmond of the Lincoln men's basketball team. Coach, you've played 5 games this season. You played 4, last week, including the exhibition game. Right now, how do you feel about your team?
I feel pretty good, Dan. I think right now we just started to hit our stride and knowing what we're doing and what we're supposed to be doing. I don't think it's calculated into a lot of wins, but that's what happens early in the year when you just beginning and you be in a new group, because as you know, we got 4 new starters that we didn't have here. We only have 1 starter back, so it's taking a little time for the kids to get adjusted into what we're doing. And I think after last weekend, I feel very strongly that they start to come into their own exactly what we are doing and what they're supposed to be doing as a team.
Well, this past weekend you played 2 games, one against Pittsburgh State, one against Missouri Southern, and I think you sent a message to the rest of the MIAA in those games that this is going to be a much different Lincoln team than they faced last year. How would you rate your team's play in those 2 games?
Well, I thought right now, after this past weekend, very high. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gave them an 8. I thought we did a lot of great things. I think at crunch time in both games, I thought there's some things we had to work on, and we're going to start doing those today. Is that I think it could have, if we had done a little better at the end, the outcome would have been a big difference. I think offensively, we got to eliminate those few minutes where we go cold, where we don't get anything, because we came out, example, in Missouri Southern game, we came out with our first 2 possessions and we didn't get anything out of our first 4. We have 4, the first 2 went down, and then the next 2, nothing. So it's 4 possessions where we didn't get any points. And it was crucial because they did, especially coming out of a halftime when you're in the lead. Your first 5 minutes is very important. And I tell them that after each half is that the first 5 minutes is going to dictate what is going to happen the rest of the night. And I thought when we didn't do anything offensively, hurt us. But we bounced back and we played well. But we learned a lot. And as you know, I came back home and looked at the stats from previous years going into Missouri Southern and playing Missouri Southern. Even the stat at home, we usually take a good whooping when we usually go down there, and I thought the trend has changed, and we are a pretty good basketball team, because the things that in the past that bothered us didn't bother us this time. We played well, but I'm real happy with our progress. I'm hoping now that all the things we have learned start calculating into W's. It ain't no question, stat-wise, we have improved tremendously over a year, even at this short period of time we have, and especially defensively, because it wouldn't have been nothing to give up 80 a game, and we're not doing that. So I know we're close, and I think the guys realize after Saturday night watching some of them faces is that they know they're a pretty good basketball team. They just got to find a way to get it done.
Well, you had a game like you had against Missouri Southern where you had the game tied late. In the last couple of minutes, though, you missed a free throw here, missed a shot there, shots that your players normally make. Is it something where they'll just have to go by the experience, or is there something that you can do in practice to kind of help when the game's on the line like that?
Well, I think it's some of it just come because I know when Sean Harris missed a couple of easy shots inside, the ball went in and came back out. Those normally fall, especially at the end there, where, the one that really would have broke their back, he did a nice turnaround and banked it off, and wow, that didn't go in. It'll come. I really, truly believe it'll come, but I think it's going to come at the right time. And, those shots is going to start falling. Like I told the kids, just keep doing what you're doing. The good things is going to happen. I know as a coach that it's going to be nights we don't shoot well. But if our defense and we rebound well, make a big difference. As again, Saturday night proved that when we was cold, we still played defense. And we still got stops. But, things are working the way I want to work. It's just the W's ain't coming as fast as I would like for them to come. But, even as a coach, I got to be patient. And, I got to think that at the right time, everything going to start clicking in where we get about 5 or 6 wins in a row. And I feel it, and I know it's going to happen. It just takes time. And I'm trying to get myself and instill in their minds that that can happen, and I'm trying to back off a little bit of saying, being frustrated with them, and I'm trying to stay positive with the ball team that, I know how they feel, and, watching them walk down that locker room Saturday night, it was hurting. They play so hard and so well, and you go, why? You start asking yourself why. And like I tried to enforce on them in the locker room, and then when we got back here at home, guys, just keep battling, keep battling. Everything's going to work out for the best. So I feel good about them. I really do.
This week you've got McKendree again. Last week you beat them, but it was on the home court. You beat them pretty well, though. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're going to their place.
Yes.
But besides that, what's going to be different this time around? What do you have to focus on to get a second win?
I think this time around, I think personally we're going to play better man defense. I'm going over the stats today and preparing practice. Is that we still let them get 4 people in double figures, and I think that made the game a little closer than it should have been. And granted, I know at the end I played my whole bench, and they was able to cut the score down really, but still I think we got to do a better job early in the game where it take that confidence away, especially on the road, that they can't stay with us. I mean, they got a little feel when they up, even here when they came back. We had them down early and they came back and tied it up, and then we went on that spurt. But I'm going to start today instilling in them, when you put your foot on somebody's neck, you got to leave it there. You can't let up. And when I mean that, I mean, pressure bothers them. We got to pressure them. We got to play hard, and we got to play hard for 40 minutes instead of playing hard in spurts. Same thing happened this past weekend. I think we play hard, but it's in spurts. I think if we, just like when we came back Saturday, and as I told them, if you played that way at the beginning, what do you think the outcome would be? I know it's there because we see it. In different times in all 5 games we don't had, I don't seen those spurts. We just got to get some consistency with those spurts. So, I'm not going to do anything different in practice this week getting prepared. We're just going to work harder. We're going to work on the fundamental things that I think we need to tighten up defensively and rebounding, because they got quite a few second shots. The things that I think that carries us for the rest of the year, we need to concentrate on till we become, I would say, almost perfect at doing it, boxing out, getting out and running, playing good defense. I think those things, if we can do on a consistent basis, things will change for us and we'll start having some success.
All right, Coach. Thanks, and good luck on Wednesday.